How can you tell?
There's no holes.
The big and radio.
Right, exactly. So there's something about these anthers are kind of solid looking. Here you're just far enough away to see the sort of the cup shape of the top.
Those are males.
There's a female.
You see the
And see, you see that egg?
I see the egg.
That's what you should be looking for. You'll see that thing in a few different places. It tells you, okay, that's the female. So she's the spiky looking one. She's the spiky looking one. Remember, when we had those set up as demos at the back, you could look at them. We had a species that was, 3-4 inches tall. So the male was kind of flat, cup-shaped, and the female was kind of spiky-like. And so the rain falls on the male. Those are the sperm cells that are here. The sperm splashes over onto female, fertilize the egg, and then what grows out of that? Sporophytes. Now this looks a little different than the ones, but notice, okay, here's moss and there's something like going, hello.
that stuff's soft, right? If you touch it lightly.
Oh yeah, it's non-vascular. You could crush it. This is the way it looked when we were looking at it on the slide. So here's the sporophyte, and at the top, this is the capsule. And sporophytes are going to do what?
Release spores.
Make spores. So there are the spores. And then what do you end up with when the spores germinate?
Meteorites.
Oops, wrong way. Protonema!
Baby.
Baby gametophytes. Hey guys with me?
He switched slides.
It's super messy.
It should be a museum.
Wait.
Oh, that's cool.
Wait, that one.
That one? Grab a drink.
Well, you got 2 in 1.
Yeah, they're overlapping. I can't do that if I try.
No, you can't. So you best not try. Okay, just do it again.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the capsule, right?
What?
Yes, that was.
That was her.
Ah. Oh.
These are supposed to be liverworts. Did we have green leafy liverworts?
We'll say no.
Liver. Seems like briefly we talked
Kind of
about
something I don't
These slides don't belong in here.
Uh-oh.
No. What do we got here? Name it.
Burn.
No, sorry. Terrified.
Pterophyta. Eukaryotic or prokaryotic?
Eukaryotic.
All right. Photosynthetic or not photosynthetic? All right. What are those things? Sori. They contain a bunch of spores. So it's like a little spore sac. Sorus, singular, sori, plural.
Man, the whole thing's like dinosaur all over me.
Sori, S-O-R-I. Okay, you guys with me? Right.
Stem.
What are we looking at?
Fern stem.
Fern stem, exactly right. You're way up close and personal.
Xylem.
That makes this.
Well,
That makes this. And sclerenchyma, and these other cells, like say over here. Parenchyma. You guys with me on that? Just in case you thought you'd never have to say those words again.
What is that a picture of?
Fern stem.
On page 152.
Oh, look, here's another. And notice the scale is a little bit distorted because that's a thumb. More sori. There's a lot of picture of sori in here. Ah, now we're getting a little closer. This is something you saw in lab. So here's an individual sorus, and those are the spores in there, yes? So those are going to break, open, and then you're going to end up with that. Look, what is that?
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish. That's the prothallus. That's the gametophyte of the fern. This is underground, in case you're wondering, like, I've never seen anything like that around ferns. Underground. And so if the whole thing's a prothallus, what are the dark chunks? Antheridia and archegonia. You can't tell the difference. Those are the sex parts. So some of them are making sperm, some of them are making eggs. This is a gametophyte, and gametophytes make what?
Sporophytes.
Gametes. And the gametes unite to form a sporophyte. Okay, so whole thing's a gametophyte. There's the parts that make the gametes, the antheridia and the archegonia. What are these little fuzzy bits? Rhizoids. And so, sex bits make gametes, the gametes unite to form a, and then so this will eventually stick out of the earth and it'll be a fern as you normally see it. Right? You guys with me?
Okay, I have a question.
Shoot.
Okay, the big leafy part is the gametophyte, and then the little smaller one, that's sporophyte.
That's the baby sporophyte. Eventually, so if this was growing, this is going to be underground. And so when the fern emerges and they do that kind of unroll thing, this is what pops up out, and then it unrolls and it turns into the mature frond. So this is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had it labeled right.
Absolutely. So that's the baby sporophyte. That's the young sporophyte. And it'll turn into the frond, and when it gets to the end, the sporophyte will make spores, and the spores will generate more gametophytes.
Can you go back?
Sorry? Yes.
If I uproot a fern, can I see that?
They're a little harder to find. It depends on what type of fern. Like if you have maidenhairs, the big tall maidenhairs, you can probably find them. Those are the big tall ones where they've got the double. But if you've got the more standard ferns, the Boston type ferns, finding the gametophyte in the soil is pretty hard to do. So if you're trying to transplant ferns, like they're growing in one place and you'd rather have them grow someplace else, you cut them out like you're trying to cut out grass. Just like the top 3 inches of soil, you'll take your gametophytes with you.